The idea that intelligence is something you're either born with or without is a myth. While the world likes to glorify those with fancy degrees or the ability to speak in riddles about quantum physics, the truth is, getting smarter is something anyone can achieve if they're willing to put in the effort. Gone are the days when intelligence was confined to being able to memorize textbooks or show off an impressive vocabulary. Today, being smart is about understanding how the world works, solving real problems, and acquiring practical skills that you can apply to improve your life. It's about using the power of your brain to think critically, learn faster, and live smarter. What does this mean for you? It means that, regardless of your starting point, whether you're a student, a professional, or someone just looking to improve themselves, you can increase your intelligence and be more effective in both your career and personal life. The tools for success aren't buried in a pile of complicated textbooks or hidden behind paywall. They're right there in front of you. It's about how you approach learning and how you apply the knowledge you gain. This video is your roadmap to becoming the smartest version of yourself. You'll find practical steps, proven strategies, and no nonsense advice that will help you to sharpen your mind, expand your knowledge, and improve your skills. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, just actionable methods that you can start using today to see real results. Step 1: shift your focus. It's not about natural intelligence, it's about strategy. The first thing you need to understand is that getting smarter doesn't rely on some magical intelligence you either have or don't have. It's about strategy and practice. Throughout history, geniuses like Leonardo da Vinci and Albert Einstein didn't rely on some divine spark of brilliance. Instead, they adopted effective strategies for learning and improving their knowledge. When you realize that intelligence is not fixed, you free yourself from the myth of, I'm just not good at this. It's about persistence, effort, and using the right methods to learn and apply information effectively. Step 2: read, but read smart. When people want to get smarter, they often pointed toward brain hacks like eating blueberries, drinking black coffee, or taking IQ tests. But here's the thing: these are short term strategies that won't make a lasting impact. The secret to actually getting smarter is simple: reading. What should you read? You might be wondering, sure, reading is important, but what exactly should I read to get smarter? The answer is nonfiction books that teach you practical knowledge and offer insights into the world. Fiction is great for expanding your imagination, but nonfiction is where the gold lies. Here are some books to add to your reading list. For understanding how the world works, Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari, a crash course in human history that makes you sound effortlessly insightful in conversations. For thinking clearly, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Learn how tiny changes can have a massive impact on your habits and life. For understanding money, so you don't stay broke forever, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book teaches you how to think about wealth and make better financial decisions. For sounding like a genius at a party, A Short History of Nearly Everything by Bill Bryson, an engaging and fun exploration of the history of science. For solving problems like a pro, Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. Dive into the two systems of thinking and how they shape our decisions. How to find these books? Don't feel confined to the 5 most recommended books. Pick a subject that interests you, anything from cleaning to economics, and Google Books on it. Most of them might cost money, but if you find a free version, lucky you, dive in, learn something new, and start building knowledge you can use in everyday life. Step 3: apply what you learn. Here's the thing: reading alone doesn't make you smarter. You have to apply what you learn. Think of your brain as a sponge. If you don't wring out the water, it will just stay there and become stale. To retain information, practice the skill. Your brain retains information best when it sees you actively using it. It's not enough to just read about something, you need to put it into action. For example, after reading about cleaning techniques, go ahead and clean a room. Try it out in real life. The more you practice, the more your brain will hold on to the knowledge. You don't need to know everything. Use the 80-20 rule. The idea is simple. 20% of what you learn will help you master 80% of the skill. Focus on essential parts first, and don't overwhelm yourself by trying to memorize everything. Once you start applying the basics, the more intricate details will fall into place naturally. Step 4. Visualize to enhance learning. What if you can't practice something immediately? Let's say you read a book about jump starting a car, but you don't have a second car laying around. No problem. You can still practice by visualizing. Imagine the whole process. Picture yourself walking through the steps, mentally following each move. Studies show that your brain treats visualization like a real experience, helping you retain the information much better than just reading. If you can't physically practice, visualize and walk through the process in your mind. Step 5. Overcome cognitive biases. We all have biases that hinder learning, whether it's the Dunning-Kruger effect, thinking you're better than you actually are, or imposter syndrome, feeling like a fraud despite success. Understanding these biases is crucial to moving forward. The Dunning-Kruger effect happens when the beginners overestimate their ability, combated by seeking feedback and being open to learn from others. Imposter syndrome can make you feel like you don't belong, even when you have the knowledge and skills. Overcome it by reminding yourself of past achievements and actively recognizing your progress. Step 6. Make learning interactive. Learning doesn't have to be a solitary activity. Turn your knowledge into something interactive by engaging with others. Join a book club, participate in online discussions, or attend workshops. Discussing what you're learning with others helps reinforce it in your brain and keeps you accountable. Creating a support system for your intellectual growth can dramatically enhance retention and keep you motivated. The more you share, the more you'll absorb. Step 7. Get textbooks for deep knowledge. If you really want to take things up a notch, textbooks are your best bet. Unlike popular books, textbooks get straight to the point. No fluff, no distractions, just pure, unadulterated knowledge. Textbooks are loaded with practice questions, which are key to mastering any subject. If you can't find textbooks or feel overwhelmed by them, create your own questions. Imagine the stakes are high, like you're hanging off a cliff, and the only way to survive is to name all the parts of a human cell. Check educational websites or libraries that offer free or affordable access to textbooks. Be sure you're truly ready to dive deep, as textbooks can require focus and discipline. Step 8. Stay consistent. Consistency is the most important part of getting smarter. Intelligence isn't built overnight. It's about small, steady steps toward improvement. The magic happens when you embrace consistency. Whether it's reading a chapter a day, practicing a skill, or solving a problem, doing it regularly builds momentum. It's easy to quit when you don't see immediate results. But remember, real progress takes time. Step 9. Embrace failure. Most people fear failure, but failure is essential for growth. Every time you fail, you learn something. If you're not failing, you're probably not pushing yourself hard enough. Make peace with failure. Whether you're tackling a tough math problem or learning a new language, failing means you're on the right track. Use failure as a learning tool and adjust your methods. Step 10. Take action today. Now that you heard this, it's time to put it into action. Pick one book from the list, start applying a new learning strategy, or visualize your next big project. The real magic begins when you start. Remember, intelligence is not a fixed trait, it's a process, a series of steps that anyone can follow. Start today, keep practicing, and in no time, you'll be smarter, more capable, and ready to take on the world. By incorporating all these steps and addressing common cognitive biases, this script provides a more comprehensive and deeper guide to getting smarter. It's practical, motivating, and surely will help you move forward in your intellectual journey.